So some of the things that really make me tick as a marketer, well, the first thing really is I think marketing is something that keeps you young. And why I say that is because marketing is a discipline that requires you to constantly be very open to things that are happening around you, so much so that you might be unlearning everything that was tried and tested and everything that you thought to be true. So it requires you to be very open. It requires you to always have a mindset to adapt and to adjust and to constantly look at what's happening out there. So like it or not, it requires you to be in touch with the most recent trends, the most recent technologies, social media platforms, whatever it may be. So you can't really be a dinosaur if you're a marketer. So by default, it ends up keeping you young. And another thing that I really like about being a marketer and about marketing in general is that the potential that you have to be creative, it doesn't come with an expiration date. Regardless of the kind of time you have to work with or the team or the budget, you can always explore different options and you can be really creative and you can go the distance. It's all within your hands. So your potential for creativity and your potential for really going the extra mile in marketing is something that you have control over. So in terms of what we measure as a company from our digital marketing efforts, there are a bunch of things. One of the first ones is reach. So because we talk to global audiences, and sometimes we talk to the masses, sometimes we talk to niche markets, we use digital marketing to sometimes reach those mass markets and to sometimes reach smaller, more focused niche markets. So digital really helps us get into markets that other more sort of face-to-face or offline measures might not help. So reach is one of the primary ways that we measure digital marketing. And secondly, the step after reach really is almost means of re-engagement or reminders. So we use digital as a means of getting people, whether they're a lead or a contact who've shown interest in us, to continue to show interest in us. So digital marketing really helps take those leads that might be at the top of the funnel who've shown bare minimum interest to push them down the funnel. So re-engagement and reminding is also another way that we really track our digital marketing efforts. And the final thing is conversion, that final push to get you to fill out that contact us form or to download a pricing document or to send an email to one of our sales representatives. So that final step of conversions is also one of the KPIs for our digital marketing efforts. If there was one thing that I could really change about marketing, I would say it's almost a perception that I would change, because a lot of us, for those of us in marketing and for those of us out of marketing who work in other teams, sometimes marketing comes off as this very big, complicated, almost sort of problem or challenge that you have to deal with, that you have to navigate. So there are companies who come out with magnificent products, ours being one of them, and everything's done, everything's great, the final outlook looks great, and then when it comes to the marketing step, everybody's a little hesitant. They're like, oh, now we have to market this as well. So much so that it's seen as a challenge or something that you'd have to overcome. And the perception is always that, it's this long-term thing, it's going to cost a lot of money, you're going to need a big team, and it's simply one of those really tough challenges that you have to navigate. So I would like to see that perception changing, and for there to be a more positive and a more open outlook to marketing, as to say, okay, it's not really, it doesn't always have to come at a large cost. It doesn't have to take a lot of time, and it will not require lots of people to really get value for the investment that you're making. Again, there is so much creativity that you can explore with smaller teams, with a smaller budget, and it's really not a challenge, nor it is a problem. It is the best way to get the message out there about the fantastic work that you've been doing. So another thing that I would really like to see changing within marketing is that in most organizations, the responsibility of marketing and even the ongoing activity of carrying out marketing is limited to the marketing team only. Whereas I personally see all of us being marketers on a day-to-day basis, because if you look at what we share on social media, it's everything from our preferences in travel to the kind of movements that we support, the kind of advocacy for the things that we're passionate about. So every day we are creating awareness around things that we believe in. So when it comes to your work or to your job, you don't necessarily have to be part of a marketing team or a defined marketer to be able to still create awareness around the work that you are doing. So I would like to see more marketers coming out from not just marketing teams only, but from other teams. So for everybody in any organization, be it technology or otherwise, and it's all the more important in technology, to really be able to come out and accept yourself as a marketer and to create awareness around the work that you're doing, the products that you're building, and the customers that you're supporting every day. So in terms of 2020, I think it will be a very interesting year for a couple of reasons. Number one, already there is a lot of focus on a person's digital or social footprint. You know, everything from the pages that you follow on social media to the kind of causes that you support, to the influencers that you really look up to. So while all of that is happening, and I see more of that happening next year, I still see that there is even more room for customization and to be able to deliver very personalized experiences to your customers, to your prospects, and to your leads. But I see that happening in an interesting way, mostly because right now all of these channels are super saturated. Everybody's there and everybody's fighting for the same market. And the markets that were previously meant to be niche or very small, segmented, specific markets are no longer the case. Again, because there are so many companies serving those markets, so the competition is high there as well. So going into next year, I see a lot more personalization. So if you thought the past couple of years were giving us experiences that were really tailor-made for us, I see that increasing by tenfold next year. And I see digital marketing playing a huge role in not just influencing what you believe in and what you support, but also in creating experiences for you and for your peer groups as well. So my advice to budding marketers or any sort of up-and-coming marketers is that as marketers, we are expected to be the loudest people in the room, the people whose opinions will always be heard, and basically the kind of people who talk a lot. But I think one of the things that I've learned over the past is that as much as you need to voice out your opinions, you need to spend a lot more time listening. So listen to your product teams, listen to your sales teams, listen to your customers, and listen to not just the things that they are telling you, but try to also hear what they are not telling you. This is especially important, I think, when it comes to internal to conversations in your boardrooms and conversations with other members of teams, because everything that all of the conversations that you have, everything that they tell you, there are very important elements and input that you can pick up, which will definitely change how you do marketing and how you run your campaigns. And the other thing that I would like to say is that when you are a marketer, if you're really being your true self, a marketer can never stop thinking like a marketer. So your role as a marketer is not limited to the time that you spend in your job. Whether you're outside, you can be grocery shopping, you can be having a conversation with your friends outside of work, you can be doing anything basically outside of your job. but still think of yourself as a marketer. So pick up on signals, pick up on marketing tactics done by companies that you interact with on a day-to-day basis, on brands that you really like for various reasons, on people that you speak to on a daily basis. So marketing is an ongoing thing. It's happening every day. It's happening now. It will continue to happen over the years. So to really grow as a marketer and to do justice and to enjoy what you're doing, I think you have to be a marketer and look at everybody else as marketers during every point of the day.